Now, so we started data types in last class. Now, so you know about char. Okay, na? You know about varchar, varchar max. So this is recommended for pixel length. This is recommended for variable length, and this can store. These two allows characters up to 8,000. To store more than 8,000, we use varchar max. But char varchar max allows only alphabets, English alphabets, ASCII characters. But if you want to store characters of other languages, to store characters of other languages, we use what? Nchar, nvarchar max. Okay, like other languages symbols. Next, this is for integers. Tiny int, small int, big int. So what is the range like here? When we use tiny int, if your value is between 0 to 255. The best example is age. I want to store age in database. Age cannot be more than 255. Okay, na? Age cannot be more than 255. So then use what? Tiny int. Small int ranges this minus 32,768 to 32,767. So integer. So which one we use depends on the value. Depends on the value, we use that. But sometimes I don't know the value. I know the number of digits. So when you know the number of digits, then use what? Numeric pre. So what is P? Size. And the size can be up to what? 38. So this allows numbers up to 38 digits. If I say numeric 4 means, what is 4? What is this 4? 4 is what? 4 digits. 4 digits. So that means into EMP ID, what is allowed? 4 digits number is allowed. Maximum 4 digits, not compulsory 4 digits. Suppose I enter the ID 10, allowed or not? Enter the ID 10, allowed or not? Allowed. ID 100, allowed or not? Allowed. ID 1000, allowed or not? Allowed. ID 10,000, not allowed. So because 10,000 contains how many digits? 5 digits. But you declared what? 4 digits. So 4 means 4 digits, not compulsory 4 digits, maximum 4 digits. Okay? And sometimes my number is then sometimes see numbers are like this 100 100.50. You take numbers are 2. Sometimes number is like this, sometimes numbers are like this. What is this type of numbers are called? Integers. These numbers are called floats. These numbers are called integers. These numbers are called floats. That means sometimes number contains what? Decimal. Sometimes number doesn't contain what? Decimal. Sometimes number contains decimal part. Sometimes number doesn't contain what's it? Decimal part. So if there is no decimal part, if the decimal part is not there, then use decimal is not there, then use what? Integers. For integers, how many types are there? For integers, how many types are there? 5. For integers, how many types are there? 5 types, na? Yes or no? What is that is? Tiny int, small int, big int, numeric. Then, so all these are integers only. Yes or no? For integers, we have 5 types. Okay? Then, so if it is float, then for floats, suppose sometimes number contains decimal part. If number contains decimal part, then use numeric p comma s. Sir, okay na? If it is integers, we have 5 types for integers. For float, we have one. What is that is? Number p comma s, numeric p comma s. Okay, then what is this allows? Allows numbers with what? Decimal parts. Allows numbers with decimal parts. The previous one allows numbers without decimal part, but this allows numbers with decimal part. Then what is P stands for? P stands for what? Precision. P stands for precision. Precision means total number of digits allowed. S means scale. S means scale. Then scale means number of digits allowed after decimal. P means precision, total number of digits allowed. S means scale, that is the number of digits allowed after decimal. Before decimal, after decimal. Okay. Now, let's take one example. Let's take one example. Sir, account number is what? Integer or float? Integer. Balance is float. Okay, na? Employee ID, integer. Salary. Salary may be float. After adding tax, etc., salary becomes float. Yes or no? Okay, na? Then student ID, integer. Student average. Average may be float. 60.50 something like this. Yes or no? Then now example, salary. Salary. I'm taking salary. Then what? Numeric. I'm declaring like this. Salary numeric 7,2. Salary numeric 7,2. Okay, 7,2. Then salary numeric 7,2. What is 7? What is 2? Compare with P comma S. 7,2. 7 is called what? Precision. 2 is called what? Scale. What is precision means total number of digits. Scale means number of digits after decimal. So here total 7 digits after decimal 2, before decimal how many? Total 7 bars after decimal 2, before decimal how many? 5. Before decimal 5, after decimal 2, total 7. This 7 is not before decimal. This 7 is what? Total. Total number of digits 7, after decimal 2 digits, before decimal 5 digits. So salary is 5,000 Accepted or not? Salary is 5,000. Accepted or not? Accepted. If you enter 5,000, it stores 5,000.00. You enter 5,000, but it stores 5,000.00. Next one, salary is 5,000.50. Allowed or not? Allowed. Salary is 50,000.50. Salary is 50,000.50. Allowed or not? Allowed. Before decimal how many? 5. After decimal how many? 2. Allowed or not? Allowed. And salary is 5 lakhs.50. 5 lakhs.50. Allowed or not allowed? Not allowed. So this is not allowed. Not accepted. This is not accepted. Okay. Then. So why? Because according to this declaration, so before decimal how many digits allowed? Before decimal how many allowed? 5. But here this contains how many? Allowed is 5 bars, but actual value contains how many? 6. Before decimal 6 na? See, allowed is 5. According to this declaration, allowed is 5. But before decimal contains how many? 6. Okay na? That's why this is not allowed, not accepted. 7 is not before decimal. 7 is total digit 7. After decimal 2. Before decimal 5. But this before decimal how many digits are there? 6. That's why it is not allowed. Okay na? Now, let's see. For example, 5,000.507. 5,000.507. 5,000.507. Allowed or not allowed? This is accepted. Accepted. What SQL Server stores? 5,000.51. 5,000 point what's it? 51. Because you said after decimal how many? 2. But this contains how many? 3. But 3 is rounded to 2. This 3 is rounded to what's it? 2. 507 is rounded to 51. You know rounding na? You know rounding? 507 is rounded to 51. See, this is 5 or above 5. This is rounded to what? 1. Next digit. If next digit is 5 or above 5, this is rounded to what? 1. Suppose then you enter like this 5,000.50476 something. Then allowed or not allowed? Allowed. This is what? Allowed. This is accepted. Then what it shows? 5,000 point what? 50. 50. Because next digit is below 5. If it is below 5, this is 0 only. If it is 5 or above 5, this is rounded to 1. Got it? Okay na? Then. Sir, confused? Okay na? Simple. See here, before decimal is exceeded, before decimal how many allowed? Before decimal how many allowed? 5. But before decimal contains how many? 6. Not allowed. If before decimal exceeds, number is not accepted. After decimal exceeds, number is rounded. Here what is exceeded? After decimal or before decimal? After decimal is exceeded, then number is what? Rounded. It will round. Here what is exceeded here? Before decimal. If before decimal exceeds, number is not accepted. Okay na? Sorry, if before decimal is exceeded means it makes a big difference. Not accepted. After decimal is exceeded means it makes a big difference. No. That's why it is rounding. Sir, simple example is Actually, your bank balance is 5000.50. Okay, na? But 5056 actually your bank balance. But bank statement is saying that your balance is 5000.50. Your balance is actually this, but bank statement is saying 5000.50. Will you go to bank and ask? Huh? Will you go to the bank? Sir, it is actually this, but you are saying 50. Huh? Will you go and ask bank? No, because it doesn't make a big difference for you. Yes or no? But actually, bank balance is 5000.5056, but bank is saying your balance is 500.50. Now you'll go to bank. Yes, because it makes a big difference for you. Yes or no? 4,500 difference is there. Understood? That. So that's all. Here also same. Here it makes a big difference. That's why it will not allow. It doesn't make a big difference. So that's why it is rounded. Understood? That. Sir, use this if it is what? Integer. If number is integer, use numeric p. If number is float, use p comma s. P comma s. Remember 7 comma 2 means before decimal 7, after decimal 2. Before decimal 5, after decimal 2. Total 7. Like suppose, for example, I declared balance, bank balance, numeric 11 comma 4. Now what is the meaning? 11 comma 4. So total 11, after decimal 4, before decimal 7. Before decimal how many digits allowed? 7 digits. After decimal how many digits? 4 digits. Total how many? 11. Understood? Then you can declare this value up to what, sir? You can declare this value up to 38. Okay, na? So this precision can be up to what? Up to what? 38 digits. Okay, then. That's it. So this is 2. Next. What is the next one? What the next one is money. Okay, na? Like these are actually called currency types. These are actually called currency types. Currency types are used for fields related to money. Currency types are used for fields related to what's that? Money. Currency types are used for fields related to money. Okay, then related to money. So SQL Server supports 2 currency types. SQL Server supports 2 currency types. So that money fields related to money. Example, what are the fields related to money means? Salary. Salary is related to money. Balance is related to money. Balance is related to money. Next one, student fee. Fee is related to money. So if fields related to money, then use what? Currency types. Okay, that. So there are 2 currency types. One is what? Small money. Another one, money. So small money takes 4 bytes. Money takes what, sir? 8 bytes. Small money takes 4 bytes, money takes 8 bytes. What the difference is? Difference is range. Difference is what, sir? range. Okay, na? So then, uh, okay. Then, so this is the range for what? Small money. This is a range for small money. This is the range for what? Small money. Then next, 1 second. This is the range for money type. Now, so you just leave these commas then. But nobody will ask this range. Okay, then just because like you'll get the doubt when to use small money, when to use money. Then this is based on the range. So if any value between this range, if the value is between this range, use what? Small money. If the value is not between this range, then money. No. Let's have this is so small money range is what? Minus 2,14,478 to 2,14,478. If the value is between that amount, 2,14,000, then use small money. Above that range, use what's it? Money type. Okay, na? Then ATM transaction amount. ATM transaction amount. Can you withdraw 2,14,000 in single transaction? No. So then you can take one small money because it is what's it? Below this, yes or no? ATM transaction amount is below 2,14,478. Then you can use what? Small money. Now, but bank balance can be more than 2,14,000. Balance can be more than 2,14,000. Yes. Then you can use what's money type. ATM transaction amount cannot be more than this. That's why use small money. But bank balance can be more than this. Yes. That's why use what's it? Money type. Okay, na? Then. So for storing these floats, how many data types are there now? For storing these floats, how many data types are there? This is also float now. This is also float. How many types are there? Like we have what's it? For floats, we have what? Numeric what's it? P comma S. Okay, na? Once again, sir, you can use numeric. Otherwise, same thing. Otherwise, you can also use this data type. What is that is? Decimal P comma S also. Both are same. P and S means same. P means precision, S means scale. Either numeric P comma S or decimal P comma S. Then now for storing, sir, for storing, okay, for storing floats, how many types are there? For storing floats, how many types are there? Numeric P comma S. Next one, decimal P comma S. Next one, otherwise what's that? Small money. Otherwise what? Money. Yes. Again, see, and this numeric decimal P comma S is based on digits. Before decimal, how many digits? After decimal, how many digits? But small money and money is based on what? Range. Small money and money is based on range. But numeric P comma S, decimal P comma S is based on what? Digits. Before decimal, how many digits allowed? After decimal, how many digits you want? Okay, that. But here, small money is based on what? Range. So then what SQL Server says, if it is currency, if any field is related to currency, use this currency types. If it is not related to currency, then use what's that? Numeric or decimal P comma S. Understood? Now, next. Sir, once again, suppose here student fee paid by the student. Which data type you recommend? Fee paid by the student. Fee is related to money. So then use what? Small money like this. Yes. Student average. Student average is not related to money, but this is also float, but it's not related to money. Then use what? Numeric P comma S, otherwise decimal P comma S. Understood? Then, so bank balance, then use what? Money or small money. Okay, na? Salary. Use what? Small money or money. Okay, next, what is the next one? Data. What is the next type? Dates. Date data types. Date data types. Then, so there are 3 data types available. One is what? One is date. One is time. One is what? Date time. Date time, date time. Date time, date time. Date allows only date. Time allows only time. Date time allows both date and time. You want to store only the date, use date data type. You want to store only the time, use time data type. You want to store both date and time, use date time. That's all. Only date is important, use date. Time is important, use time. Both date and time is important, then date time. But when dates are there, okay, na? Then when dates are there, so what you must know is date format. Date format. So different softwares uses different date formats. Different softwares uses different date formats. Oracle uses one date format. MySQL uses one date format. Different databases uses different date formats. What is the default date format in SQL? What is the default date format in SQL Server? Okay. And the default date format in SQL Server is YYYMMDD. What this is? Year, month, day. The default date format in SQL Server is YYYMMDD. Year, month, day. Sir, time format is same. everywhere time format is same. HHMISS. Okay, now? Then what the default time format is HH:MI:SS. Hours, minutes, seconds. But what the default date format is YYYMMDD. Year, month, day. But everywhere time format is same. Hour, minutes, seconds. But date formats will be different. In Oracle, the date format is DD, next one MON, next one YY. If you go to Oracle, in Oracle, DD, MON, YY. In Oracle. Next. In SQL Server, what is that is? YYY, DD. Year, month, day. Now, example, in database, I want to store date of birth. In database, I want to store what's that? Date of birth. I want to store the date of birth. I want to store like person date of birth, employee, suppose anything like date of birth, person date of birth. What is important for me? Only date is important. At what time he born is not important for me. What is important is only date. Then which data type you use? Date. Yes or no? Then date. So, and the date of birth is like date of birth is, for example, 2000 something, 2003 like this. Okay, na? 2003 like this. Then how we enter date of birth? So that person is born on March 10, 2003. March 10, 2003. Tell me. 2003 March 0310. You have to enter in this format YYYMMDD. So this is year, this is month, this is day. Okay, then. Next. Okay, na? Then you want to enter today's day. Then you want to enter today's day. Then 2022-09. Next one 21. Yes. Next. So for example, like I want to store. Okay, na? Login time. Employee login time. Employee login. Then in this, I want to store login time. Then what? Declare what's that? Time. So what is important here? Time is important. At what time this employee logged in? So time is important. Then what we enter? Time. Suppose he logged in at 9 o'clock. Then 9, suppose 000. Okay, na? Then. So this is how you enter. So employee login time is 9 o'clock. 9000. So date of birth, only date is important. Login, only time. I want to store only the time here. At what time he logged in. Next. Suppose you go to ATM, you do the transaction. ATMs, you do the transaction or not? Yes. Then they maintain transaction what? Date. Transaction date. Transaction date. Okay, na? Then what is important for bank? What is important for bank is date and time. What day you done the transaction? At what time you have done the transaction? Both are important. Then use what? Date time. For banks, what is important is date and time is important. What time you done? At what day? What time? So then use date time. Use date time. Next. Next, how you enter? Suppose I've done the transaction at morning 7 a.m. I done the ATM transaction at morning 7 a.m. Tell me what? 2022-09. Next today is what? 21st morning 10 a.m. Then morning 7 a.m. Suppose 7 o'clock. Like you enter like this. Like 7 no? a.m. 19. Enter 19 p.m. 7 means? But you done the transaction yesterday 7 p.m. Then what we entered? Here what's it? 19. 19 means 7 p.m. Okay? Then 24 hours format. Okay then. That's all. This is how many types are there? 3. So date, time, date, time. Okay? That's all. What is the next one? Binary types. Binary types. What is this binary types allows? Binary types allows what? This binary types allows. Here actually zeros and ones means like we don't input zeros and ones. Yes or no? Our data will not be any, you take any data, will not be in zeros and one format. Yet binary data means this allows what's it? Multimedia objects. Like what? Audio, video, images. Multimedia objects like audio, video, images. If you want to store in database, you want to store photographs, you want to store speech, you want to store movie. If you want to store these objects in database, then we use what? Binary types. So for storing these type of objects in database, we use binary types. That means in SQL Server database, not only we can store what? In SQL Server database, we can store what? Numbers. We can store numbers or not? Yes. We can store characters. We can store characters. Yes. We can store dates, date and time. Yes. We can store what's that? Photograph. We can store photograph or not? Yes. Okay, na? Then. So for storing these multimedia objects, we use binary types. And SQL Server supports 3 binary types. One is what? Binary. Next, var binary. Next, var binary max. Okay, na? Then. So, what is this binary? Allows binary data. Binary data means this. Here, binary data means audio, video, images. Allows binary data up to 8,000 bytes. Next one. What is this? Var binary also allows binary data up to 8,000 bytes. Var binary max allows binary data up to what? 2 GB. So this allows up to 8,000. This allows up to 2 GB. Okay, then. So what is the difference between binary, var binary? Both allows up to 8,000 now. But what is the difference? Difference is, in case of binary, exabytes are not released. But in case of var binary, extra bytes are released. You know the difference between char and varchar? Char, varchar. Whatever difference is there between char, varchar, same difference is there between binary and what's a var binary. So in case of binary, extra bytes are not released, but var binary, extra bytes are released. So in binary type, in binary, extra bytes are what released, but in var binary, sorry, extra bytes are not released, but in var binary, extra bytes are what released. In binary type, extra bytes are not released, but var binary, extra bytes are released. Okay. Then, now let's see this example. I want to store customer photograph. I want to store customer photograph in database. You take banks. Bank stores photographs. They take photograph. Your photograph is also stored in bank database. Then what data type they use for storing the photograph? This one. Okay, na? This one. Like what? Var binary. Okay. Then, so suppose I declare what's it? Binary. If I declare binary, what's it? Like binary, suppose I say 1000 or 5000. Okay, let it be 1000. Actual photograph takes 500 bytes. What about the remaining 500 bytes? Wasted. See, allocated is how many bytes? 1000 bytes. But actual photograph takes 500 bytes. What about the remaining 500 bytes? Wasted. In case of binary. If we use var binary, then extra bytes are what? Released. So that is the difference. Whatever difference is there, char, varchar, same thing is there. So use binary for fixed length. Use var binary for variable length. Okay, na? That. But now photograph sizes, I want to store, okay, photographs means maybe less than 8000. But you take videos, audios, maybe more than 8000 or not? Yes. So then use which data type? Var binary max. So I want to store, like for example, movie. I want to store movie in database. So the size can be more than 8000. Then use what? Var binary max. Understood? Then. But how to store we'll see later. How to store images, that is later. Okay, na? That. More than 2 GB means no. Then what do you have to do? Like what do you have to do? They write a program. Suppose then there is a what? For example, there is an image. There is a movie. That movie contains what? That movie contains more than 2 GB. If it contains more than 2 GB, what they have to do is they have to split. They have to split that into what's that? 2. Okay, na? It is 4 GB. Then they split into 2 parts and store it in database. So they write some program to split that into multiple parts and store it in what? Database. Sir, okay, na? Then. No. Okay, then. That's all. These are the what? So these are the different types. Like suppose, for example, bank, you take bank. Okay, then a customer opens what's the account. When customer opens account, bank, what details they collect from customer? What details they store in database? What details they store? Customer what? Name, customer name. Can we store customer name in database, SQL Server database? Yes. And customer what's that? Address. We can store address. And customer what? Phone number. Can we store phone number in database? Yes. Customer what? Email ID. We can store. Next customer what's that? Aadhaar number. Can we store Aadhaar number in database? Yes. PAN number. Can we store PAN number in database? Yes. And can we store customer photograph in database? Yes or no? Yes. Because what are the types available? For storing photograph, what types are available? Binary, var binary, max. Can we store signature? Customer signature in database? Yes. Signature is not text, signature is image. What is signature is? Image. So can we store the signature in database? Yes. So that means can we use SQL Server for bank database? For banking, can we use SQL Server? Yes. Okay, na? Then. So, now. One second. That's all. So these are the different types available. Okay, then. Now, sir, what is SQL Server? Software. What type of software? Okay, na? Then. Like, one second. SQL Server. SQL Server is a what? SQL Server. SQL Server is a software. And this is what type of software means? Huh? Okay. So, SQL Server is like, see this. Database is there. To maintain the database, we use a software. We use a software. What type of software we use? Huh? Not what type of software. We use what's it? DBMS. What type of softwares we use? DBMS. Database Management System. So to maintain the database, like we use a software called DBMS. And the DBMS are different types. What are the different types? HDBMS, NDBMS, RDBMS, ORDBMS. So these are the different types of what? DBMS. That means here we can use what? We can use HDBMS, we can use NDBMS, we can use RDBMS. But they are outdated. What are outdated? HDBMS and NDBMS are what's that? Outdated. At present, no one using this one. Now everyone using what? RDBMS, Relational Database Management System. Understood? Now, so database, this is for storing the data. Next, this is what? RDBMS is a type of software used to maintain database. Okay, na? One is for storing the data, another is a software to maintain the database. And what is SQL Server? Okay, na? Then SQL Server is a what's it? Software. That comes under which category? RDBMS. So SQL Server. Next one, what's it? Oracle. Next one, MySQL. So DB2. All this comes under what? RDBMS. That means what is SQL Server? SQL Server is a software. What type of software? RDBMS software. So which is used to maintain the database. Sir, understood or not? Okay, na? Now see DBMS. These are the different types of DBMS. Okay, then. So like you go to what? Bank. You go to bank. Then You ask, sir, how you maintain the database? Then what they say, by using DBMS. Then which DBMS? RDBMS. Which RDBMS? SQL Server. Understood or not? DBMS. Which type of DBMS? RDBMS. Which RDBMS? SQL Server. So then, like, see, for example, just understanding. Every day, I come to Naresh IT by using what, sir? Vehicle. Vehicles are different types. Two-wheeler, four-wheeler, etc. Then there is a call, what, sir? Two-wheeler. There is a call, what, sir? Four-wheeler. Okay. Then I come to Naresh IT by using what? Two-wheeler. Two-wheeler. And which two-wheeler? I use what, sir? Honda Activa. That means how you come to Naresh IT? By using vehicle. Which type of vehicle? Two-wheeler. Which two-wheeler? Honda Activa. How the company database is maintained? Company's database is maintained by using what? DBMS. Which type of DBMS? RDBMS. Which RDBMS? SQL Server. That's the. Okay. Then. So, like here, one to another one. Okay. HDBMS, NDBMS, RDBMS. What is the difference is? The difference is how the data organized is different. What the difference is? How the data organized. If you go to HDBMS, in HDBMS, data organized in what? Then. So if you go to HDBMS, in HDBMS, okay, na? Then. So data organized in hierarchy. Data organized in what, sir? Hierarchy. Tree structure. The data organized in what? Tree structure. In NDBMS, they use what, sir? Node. They use node. In RDBMS, tables. In RDBMS, the data organized in what, sir? Tables. Okay, na? So that means in SQL Server also, how the data organized? Tables. Because SQL Server is one of the type of RDBMS. In SQL Server also, data organized in tables. In Oracle, how the data organized? Tables. In MySQL, how the data organized? Tables. In all this belongs to RDBMS. In RDBMS, data organized in tables. So here also the data organized in what, sir? Tables. Sir, okay? Understood? Then, now, what is the next one is what? Creating tables in what, sir? SQL Server. Creating tables in SQL Server. Then, creating tables in SQL Server. Then, okay. Then, so because SQL Server is what? Because SQL Server is RDBMS product. Okay, na? So SQL Server is what? RDBMS product. In RDBMS, the data organized in tables. So in SQL Server also, data organized in tables. Okay, then. So then, because SQL Server is a RDBMS product. Because SQL Server is a RDBMS product. RDBMS product. In RDBMS, okay, in RDBMS, data organized in tables. In RDBMS, data organized in tables. So in SQL Server also, data organized in tables. That is what? Rows and columns. Okay, then. Now, for example, I want to store employees data. In database, you want to store what's it? Employees data. Then what? How the employees data? How the employee data stored in database like this? What is that? Is employee ID, name, job, salary. Next one, hire date. Hire date means join date. Hire date means hire. Hire means join date. Okay, employee join date. So 100, suppose some name A, some job clerk, some salary 5,000, hire date suppose today 2022 0921. Next 101, name is what? B. So job is what? Manager. Salary is what? 8,000. Suppose some join date 2022, like 20, suppose 20, like 0110. Suppose something, just some date. Understood now? Then. So, like this is called, what is this is called? What is this is called? Table. This is called table. Okay, na? What is this is called? This is called table. Now, so what this table contains? What the table contains? The table contains what, sir? Not data. The table contains what? Rows and columns. Okay, data only, but what the table contains is rows and columns. Then. So, what is this verticals are called? What is this verticals? What is this verticals are called? What is this verticals are called? Verticals. The verticals are called what? Columns. What is it? Verticals are called columns. They are called columns. ID, name, job, salary, height date. What are they are called? They are called columns. Okay, na? They are called columns. So like they are called, we can call it as what, sir? Columns or what? What? Fields or attributes. What are the different names? So you can call it as a column, or you can call it as a field, or you can call it as a attribute. So then, so you can call it as a column, or you can call it as a field, or you can call it as attribute. In this, how many columns are there? How many columns are there? 5. 5 columns. Okay, now how many fields? 5 fields. Column, field, attributes. But usually we call it as fields. Okay, now fields. Fields. Next, what is this horizontal is called? This horizontals are called. This horizontals are called rows, or you can call it as record. You can call it as row, or you can call it as what? Record, or you can call it as tuples. Then, so then, these verticals are called fields. These verticals are called fields, and this horizontal is called what? Rows. Okay, then. Now, row, record, tuple. In this table, how many records are there? How many records are there? How many records are there? How How many records? One now. So this is one. This is one. How many are there? Two. First one is not considered as row. First one contains field names. This is not row. Don't consider this is what? Row. And this is row. This is row. How many rows are there in this table? 2 rows. What is each row contains? What is each row contains? Row. Row contains what? Row is record, boss. Row is called record. You can call it as row or you can call it as record. You can call it as what? Then. What is row contains? What is one record? One record contains one employee data. In employee table, one record contains one employee data. So this contains the first employee, employee 100. And this contains another employee, employee 101 details. In employee table, each row contains one employee details. In customer table, each row contains one customer details. In student table, each row contains one student details. Sir, okay now? Like suppose bank stores customers data. Every bank stores what, sir? Customers data. They store what? Account number, name, your address, your Aadhaar number, next one your PAN number, yes, your email ID, your phone number, etc. They store. So in bank database, there is a table called customer table. In customer table, every customer information is stored. So like your details are stored in you got a account. You open account. When you open account, your details are stored in one row. And I open account. My details are stored in another row. Okay, na? Your details are stored in one row. My details are stored in one row. In tables, every details are stored in row. So like bank is having 1 lakh customers. A bank is having 1 lakh customers. That means this table contains how many rows? 1 lakh rows. A bank is having 1 lakh customers and this table contains how many rows? 1 lakh rows. Okay, then. A college is having 1000 students. The student table contains how many rows? 1000 students. A company is having 500 employees. Then employee table contains how many rows? 500 rows. Okay, then. So this is called what's that? Table. Example, this is called table. So the table contains rows and columns. Now, so like now, what is database, sir? Like you can say, now what is database is? Database is what? Collection of tables. Database contains what? Tables. And a table contains what? Collection of rows and columns. What is row contains? Row. This is the row. What is the row contains? This is one row. This is one row. What is the row contains? Collection of field values. See, this is value for ID. This is value for name. This is value for job. This is value for salary. This is value for height date. What is the row contains? Row contains collection of field values. Collection of values. The row contains collection of values. So database contains tables. Table contains rows and columns. A row contains what? Collection of field values. Collection of values now. Then one row contains collection of this field values. What is column is? What is column? Then column is what? Like for example, salary column contains what? Salaries. All the employee salaries. So this sal column contains collection of values assigned to one field. What is height date column contains? Collection of height dates. Collection of height dates. Collection of all the employee height dates. Yes or no? Name column contains what? Collection of names. All the employee names. That means what is column contains? Collection of values of particular field, collection of values assigned to, okay, na, one field. But row is collection of different field values. Row is what? Collection of different field values. But what is column is collection of values assigned to one particular field. Okay, then that's this is what, okay, na? What this is like about what's it? In DBMS, data stored in the form of tables. So a table is something like this. The table contains what's it? Rows and columns. And the rows are also called records or tuples. Columns are also called fields or attributes. Now, then, like suppose here, recently one student joined in one company, SQL Server. Then they asked, okay, now as a fresher, he joined as a fresher. They asked, Bus, design a database for HR. You just go to Google, you search wherever you want, you search. They're given some 2 days or 3 days time. You search anywhere, but design the database for HR. Okay, na? Design the database for HR. HR department. What the HR department will do? HR department means what? What is that is? Employee, what's that? Management. Employee management. You collect the tables, design, they ask design the database. Design the database means what? Design the database means what? Design the tables. Because database contains what? Tables. So design the database means design the tables. In HR department, what tables are there? So design the tables. Understood? Yeah. Bank. They ask bank database. Design the database for bank. So design the database for bank means design the tables for bank. What tables are there? Okay, na? Like suppose, like for example, in banks, what customer opens what's it? Account. So they store customer data. Yes, they store what's it? Accounts data. They open account. Then one customer can open multiple accounts also. Savings account, current account, fixed deposit, like this. And customers do what's it? Banks, what they do? Transactions. Transactions are stored in separate table. Customer data stored in separate table. Accounts data stored in separate table. Transaction data stored in separate table. In banks, customers takes what? Loans. The loan data stored in separate table. Bank contains what's it? Employees. Employees data stored in separate table. Yes or no? Like that. So if they ask design the database for bank, then you have to design these tables. Okay? Then now let's see creating tables in what's that? SQL Server. First of all, I given what is table is. This is called table. And what the syntax for creating the table? Okay, na? Then. So what is the syntax for creating the table? In SQL Server, what is the syntax for creating the table? This is the syntax. Create table, table name, create table, table name, in brackets, column name, data type, size, comma, column name, data type, size, column name, data type, size, so on. Like this. This is the syntax for creating tables. Create table, table name, column name, data type, size, column name, data type, size, column name, data type, size, like that. So this is the syntax for creating tables. Mhm. So okay na? Then. So this is syntax here. Then syntax for creating. But there are some what's it? There are some what rules. There are some rules you need to follow. What the rule is, like table name should start with what? Table name should start with alphabet. Table name should start with alphabet. And the table name should not contain what? Spaces and what's it? Special characters. Spaces and special characters, but allows underscore, okay, hash, but allows what's it? Underscore, hash, dollar. So these three characters are allowed. Should start with alphabet, should not contain spaces and special characters. Okay, na? And next. And table name can be up to what? Table name can be up to what's it? 128 characters. Table name can be up to 128 characters. Next. Okay, and table can have up to 1024 columns. Table is rows and columns now. How many columns? Maximum how many columns? 1024. Maximum 1024. Next one. And table can have what? Unlimited rows. How many rows? Unlimited rows. Number of rows unlimited. Number of columns what's that? 1024. Okay, na? Then. So that means in bank customer table, how many customers data you can store? Bank customers table. In bank customers table, how many customers data you can store? Unlimited customers. In employee table, how many employees data we can store? Unlimited. There is no limit for rows. There is a limit for columns. Even you never come across 1024 columns, but he has given a maximum limit. Okay, na? Then. So, like suppose, for example, table name is like this. Table name is, okay, na? Table name is 123 EMP. Table name is 123 EMP. Valida, invalida? Table name 123 EMP. Valida, invalida? Invalid. Because there is a rule. What is that is? Should start with alphabet, but it is starting with digit. Then this is invalid. Table name is EMP space 123. This is invalid. Table name is EMP star 123. Invalid. Table name is EMP underscore 123. Valid. Underscore is allowed. These three characters allowed. numeric. See what is the rule? Start with alphabet. That's all. It can contains numbers or not. Sir, table name can contain what? Numbers. Table name can contain digits, but should start with alphabet. So it is starting with alphabet. Accepted or not? Yes. But here it is not starting with alphabet. That's why it is invalid. Okay then. Okay. That's all. So we'll see the example in the next class. Next class we'll see how to create tables, how to insert the data, how to store the data in database. We'll see that in the next class. EMP 1, 2, 3. Yes. Valid. Then then what? దానికి టైం కావాలి బాస్. 1 second. గూగుల్ క్లాస్ రూమ్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తారు. క్రియేట్ చేసిన తర్వాత అప్లోడ్ చేస్తారు. మీకు కూడా గూగుల్ క్లాస్ రూమ్. ఓకేనా? బస్ నేను 4 to 6 టైం ఫ్రీగా ఉంటాను. అప్పుడు వస్తావా? పైథాన్ క్లాస్ ఉందా? ఎన్నింటికి అయిపోతుంది? లేకపోతే 1 to 2 ఇక్కడ ఉంటా. 1 to 2 ఇక్కడ ఉంటా.
become a data analyst, we have to talk about Oracle or this SQL Server.
SQL Server.
Yes. Because in Oracle also SQL and PSQL అంటే
నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ ఇప్పుడు చెప్పిన లిస్ట్ లో అన్నిట్లో ఉంటది SQL అనేది. ఇప్పుడు నేను చెప్పాను కదా, ఈ లిస్ట్ అన్నిట్లో SQL ఉంటది. ఓకేనా? నీకు ఏ SQL నేర్చుకున్నా చాలు. లైక్ Oracle SQL, SQL Server SQL అనేది వాళ్ళు
డేటా అనలిస్ట్ కి SQL Server
మైక్రోసాఫ్ట్. ఎస్
సార్ నిన్న డెమో అటెండ్ అయ్యాను Oracle ది. నేను అందులో కూడా SQL దీంట్లో కూడా అవ్వచ్చున్నారు. బట్ అందులో ఎక్స్ట్రాగా మనకి PLSQL ఉంటుంది.
ఇక్కడ కూడా వస్తుంది.
ఇక్కడ కూడా
రెండు సేమే బాస్. ఓకేనా?